Hi, welcome to our second orientation for the new website for the International Institute of Genealogical Studies. We're going to show you how to use the website, navigate it, update your profile. We're going to show you how to use or take some of the different assignments that are inside your courses and find things. We're going to show you how to use your dashboard, your calendar, and where to find site-wide announcements. And we'll answer any questions we possibly can. And then we will talk about a few things that are coming in the near future. So first of all, this is, if you go to the International Institute of Genealogical Studies, you're going to find it at genealogicalstudies.com. And then you're going to see just these tabs. And under the community tab, everybody can see that you can go to our blog, our genealogy social, which is being rebranded to Genealogy Social from genealogywise.com, and coming in the future, not a specific date, that entire community of about 44,000 people are going to join this website. That's another really big role, and we're going to take our time doing that because it's not as crucial as trying to get everybody on the new website and in their courses. The student-only Facebook is if you have purchased courses. If you are a staff member or an administrative member, you can join the student-only Facebook group. If you have not ever purchased a course before, you will not be admitted. And we do check that. So please do join us if you have taken a course in the past, if you're currently taking a course, and then we would, if you're admin, etc., we'd love to have you. Okay. The rest of it here, the Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, those are all public-facing social media, and you can go there and join and follow us. Quite often, you'll see us post different videos on YouTube that are super helpful, and some of them are very entertaining. Some of them are super fascinating for what information we share. We have guest speakers. We often share them at that YouTube channel. And so this is a great way for you to see a little bit more than what your courses may or may not offer, and depending on what courses you're in. We additionally use some of those courses, if they're really great for the public, to help them understand our school a little bit better. We do take some of them and put them in the courses, and then we also allow some of them to be shared into the public, just again, to share about our school. What you may have noticed here on the front page is that we are now registered in the US as a trade school. So your certification is a trade school or vocational school certification. And we are registered in the state of Montana because I am the administrator for this education system, and I happen to live in Montana. This particular website is set to Mountain Time. And we're going to get to how do you change it to your own time zone here in a few minutes. But it's really important to know that right off the bat, because if you're going to your dashboard, then you'll see that. Right now, you are seeing that we have this message on the front page because some people need to be able to find their lost password. And this coming week, we'll be registering with a whole bunch of different servers. So some people have let us know, and we've reported the issue, that they are not receiving the lost password email. And that's because we have to re-register with some of your servers. There's a lot of them. So if you, for some reason, did not get your return password email, then you can get on the chat, which is right down here. And there are two of us working that chat, and our first name is both Angie. So to differentiate, we also both wear glasses and have dark hair. So we just make it hard for you, right? But my name is Angie Breidenbach. I'm the executive director. I am on there quite a lot. Angie Lynn Radeski is our director of student advising, and both of us can help you with course pricing. How do we register? We can both help you with your briefcase. We can both help you with your profile. And so you'll get either one of us on there Either one of us have the same capability. If there's a question, Angie Lynn has always got me at her fingertips by being able to text me. And as soon as I'm free from whatever I'm doing, I will respond so she can help you further if there's anything. Usually we've talked it out or talked it through when we run into an odd duck and we figure out what to do for you. So please feel free to leave us a message on the chat. Please don't send us an email to the various different emails and then also on Facebook and then also on the contact page and then also in the chat and then also in the phone. This last couple of weeks, we have had that happen many, many times. And then we are jumping all over each other trying to help the student. And we find out that at least 2, maybe 3 of us have given a new password to the student. And now the student's really confused because they have 2 or 3 different passwords and they don't know which one's the right one. And it's because we didn't know that that student had contacted us 5 or 6 different ways. So that's why we've put that message out there. Please only contact us once. One of the best ways right now is probably the chat app, because that way there's 2 of us working that list. And we do go through on a daily basis and try to figure out if we've gotten everybody or if we've double done. We found a student today, we didn't mean to. And so I've given Angie Lynn the job to go contact that person and say, this is the right password, because now you have 2 to answer and only 1 will work. So that kind of explains that, I hope. This whole message area will go away. This register and the information about the certificate programs will move back up where it should be. So this is just in the center trying to help people as they join the new website. We do have a contact page and you can contact us there as well. It's better for people that have maybe a more complicated problem they're trying to explain. And then we do have the phone numbers that you can reach us. It's very helpful if you make an appointment with one of these people prior, but you're welcome to just call. What happens if you call and we're on the phone with another student or we're teaching in a class like I am right now, it goes to our voicemail and we get to you as quickly as we can between all the different ways that you have to contact us. So taking your contact down to one place will be very helpful for you. And there we go. So this little orange banner will be going away. We were just trying to help people understand that we're in process of moving all of their courses, their course answers. All of the courses are in the website, all of them. What is not fully in the website is all of the student assignments from the past. And so if you were doing assignments all the way through 31 July, though we're just started moving all of those over. So we wanted you to know all courses are there. If you're not seeing it in your briefcase, it was a current one, we definitely want to know. Go ahead and put it in the chat and we'll get to you as quickly as possible to load that current case back for you or current course back for you. And what we're doing is automatically adding an extra month. If you don't see that, it's because right now we are on Moodle as a system. And Moodle doesn't have the same capabilities. It has better and more, but it did not have the capability right away, apples to apples, to show students what the dates are on your courses. So if you want to know the dates on your courses while our Superman Tom is building another widget to make that show to you, go ahead and ask the question in the chat. We will specifically look up your course dates and make sure that they've been either extended or if you need it moved. Please just give us a day or 2 to finish everything. We really try to get to everybody right away. And I know we'll be kind of back to normal in September, but put it on the chat. Okay. We do have an FAQ page and I'm going to end up updating this FAQ page as we go. And that's the best I can do for right now. It's pretty good. It just doesn't have everything. I don't think it needs everything because I think we have the orientation course, which will be open to everyone. It'll be open to the public as well, because that'll be a way that they can learn how our school works before they purchase classes if they like. Another thing that's very important, we are in process of the cart. If you have something in the cart, it will allow us to, and this is how you log in, by the way. It will allow us to, won't allow us, sorry, to delete the extra items in the cart right now. And again, our lead tech and his crew are building a widget that will delete from the cart. Our workaround right now is just let us know you're having trouble and we will go into the store. We can build it. We can either talk with you over the phone and you can give us your credit card, or we can send you an invoice by email. And the other thing that they're building right now, which we don't know why it didn't work, so they're doing a little bit of test and finding out, is that the course materials, all the courses are coming through where you can purchase them right away on Moodle, but the course materials, you have to go to genealogystore.com to buy. I don't know why, and it is from something that happened way back in January when they were building it. And so they're ferreting out the code that's stopping the course materials from coming through. You can totally still buy them. Currently, you'd need to go to genealogystore.com or just tell us and we'll go through and do the exact same thing. Put it in your cart on the genealogystore.com side. You can either give us the card over the phone or we can email it to you if you don't want to give a card over the phone. We're not after your information. We're after giving you what it is you need. So don't worry about that. Once you log in, it's going to take you to your dashboard. And so you'll see the word dashboard. There's no drop down. This is the only thing on that particular link. And you will see, I've got test students, so it's welcome back test. You'll see your own name there, which is very nice. The next thing you see right away is the latest news. And you can click into each one of these and you'll see whatever the latest note is that we've written. It's site-wide. Everyone can see it once they've logged in. And then you can go down, and this was the original orientation video that I did. And we're already having some changes from there. So that's why we felt like it was important to do another orientation. But then all you have to do here is if you click it right here, it'll start. So that is a very easy way to find the most up-to-date information. And you can go back through just like a blog and read, what's the next information on that. You can go to your dashboard again and you see all of them right there. And then you can look at your calendar. Your calendar is set to the time that is set in your profile. And I'm going to show you that in just a second. But for instance, right now, you're seeing that we are in the student orientation, and you could click this link to go right into the Zoom meeting, which many of you probably did. We still do try to send out reminder emails, but we're going to go to just this calendar in the very, very near future. Coming up on your next meeting today, by the way, is Claire Bradley, who has a master's degree in genealogy. She lives in Ireland, and she will be teaching on the Irish courses. And because hers starts at 1 p.m. For me, it's because I am in Mountain Time. So this is, please disregard this time. This is Mountain Time set to my time zone. So now let's go take a look at how do we change the time zone, because I think that's one of the most important things you can do so that you see all of these meetings in your own time. Right up here, you see either your photo or this little person icon. It's on the right side. Can everybody see that? Give me a nod, Tina and Dorothy. Okay, great. I can see your faces. So here. Okay, so there's a few things here that are very important for you. We'll talk profile now. You can do the drop-down box. If you have accessibility needs, maybe you are hard of hearing or you have sight issues, other things that are going on, you can click this accessibility and go from there. I haven't played a lot with this because we did try to build in a lot for visual, and I'll tell you a little bit more about if you need things read, screen reading and stuff like that. Your screen readers should work on here. So you're going to go to your profile, and I apologize if you're hearing that I'm going to turn that off. Sorry. Okay. We're back on the screen, right? Okay. this is Test Student, and you can see that you can use the mobile app once you go to your profile. All you need to do is hold your phone up and it will help you download it. If for some reason you couldn't use it through the QR code, you can download the mobile app here, or you can go to your own app store. But the app is actually a Moodle app, and it is orange. And so I'm going to just show you what it looks like really quick. So on your app store, it's got an orange M and a black hat. And I'll show that to you again at the end, because I know that we're in this screen share mode, so you may not have been able to see it in the speaker. But it's Moodle right now, has an orange M and a black graduation hat. Okay, so you can download it from your store. It will allow you at this point to have only 1 or 2 courses loaded on there. And we'll be looking at some more features on that later on this year, this spring. We'll take a look. That doesn't have a set date. It's just nice for whatever your current course is. You can do it on the fly. And you should be able to go to this website, genealogicalstudies.com, on your iPad or your tablet or your Kindle Fire, whatever it is, that gives you internet capability. You can do this right on there as well. And you could also use the Moodle app. My suggestion right now is using a tablet with internet capability to do the website if you want to do it on your iPad or tablet of some kind. So this is the edit profile and button. So when you go to this gray and white person icon, this is how you're going to go to edit profile. You're going to enter it, and you will see that this is where you can change your name. And this is where you put your email address. We have email visibility hidden because we don't want any bad actors to, use it for any way they shouldn't. So the only way that somebody's going to get your email is if you give it to them. I would caution you to make sure that that's a person you want to give it to. There will eventually be a Moodle Net profile ID here. We ask you do not, under any circumstances, change that, because that's how a lot of things will find you, and how our computer code will be able to load things and find you between the store and your purchases. We did not put city and town in here. You can, if you don't mind. This is a choice for you. You can put in here what your city or town is. We do appreciate it if you put in your country. That also helps other students know. If they're talking to somebody in Australia, they're not going to be able to call them on the phone if you guys share information. And if they're emailing you because you've shared your email contact, they now know that you're on the opposite time frame. Their day is your night, that kind of thing. It's very helpful. But it doesn't tell them where you live. And we have left addresses out of here on purpose, and your city town is optional for you. Okay. It's helpful, but not crucial. If for some reason you have a reason for keeping that hidden, you may. This time zone, right now I am on America, Denver, and that's because that's where I live, but you can pick almost anywhere in the world. And what you're going to pick as a general rule is going to be the largest city closest to you that you see on the screen. And that, in this case, puts it on Eastern time zone. And then when you save it, you will see that it changes the time on your calendar and all the meetings. Cheryl, real quick, would you unmute for a second? I cannot remember if you told me that the instructor booking meetings in the AS 1, 2, and 3, does that show in the same time zone as the person's briefcase?
Yes. And so that's why it's important that you have it set to your time zone so that your appointments are made, it's the correct time.
Okay, I'm going to leave this Eastern, and we'll go back and see the dashboard in a minute. Here's where you add your own photo, and you just click here, and then you can upload a photo. And I'm going to just do a recent file This one doesn't have any because they haven't uploaded anything. But this is where you just load it from your computer. You would use this upload file to do it. You would choose file, and then it'll go from there. I don't want to go deep into my computer at the moment for, obvious reasons. And then you would also then click upload file. So I'll do that one more time so that you can see where you can add your own photo. You click the arrow, and then you're going to click upload file. And then you're going to choose the file from your computer. Once it loads, you can give it a name, which is very smart for you to do, because as you load files into here, like your assignment files and things like that, you're going to want it to have a name so you can find things easily. And then you can also do all rights reserved, which I find very smart, and then upload this file, click here. Okay. Down here, if you have a nickname or you want to help people learn to spell it better, you can put it in here. So this helps people learn, like my name is Breidenbach. And then this is not how you spell it, but it might help for people learning how to say it. But if you go by like Angie Lynn does, you can also put a different name, alternate name in here. So maybe your name is Patricia, but you go by Pat or Patty or PJ. You can put that alternate right there, and that'll show up to people. You can put in interests if you're interested in, let's say, Scottish or Italian records. You can tag it to, I have an accent. Tag it means TAG, and you would then enter, let's say, Scottish records, and then do you see how it shows up here? So if you want to find other people that have the same interests, you can add your tag and it will create it for you, and that'll show on your briefcase. Okay. In this optional field, you will get an ID number. We have graded out. We do not want you to change anything. The reason we don't want you to change it is that is how we are instructing the code to pull from your old briefcase to your new briefcase. And so you'll see your number from the old site might have been 72300, and now it'll have an O in front of it. It means that it came from the old site, and we can go back there and look at any notes we had to help you better. And then please, your phone number and your mobile phone number and your address. These are not viewable to anyone else, no one else except admin. And when you add, we made this way on purpose because we wanted for up here, these are optional items that you can show. Down here, when you get to the optional items, phone, mobile, phone, and address, none of these will ever show to anybody except admin, so that we can call you and help you with your course, or so that we can mail you something, such as your course material. So please put that in there. When you put your address in, you need to put in the entire, this is our mailing address for the school. And that way you can put it in. You're going to put the whole mailing street address, comma, and then you're going to put your city, and then you're going to put your state or province. And then you can finish out with your zipper postal code. I have to think, it's different than my home address. Okay. This is not acceptable for anyone else to be able to put in. It's only for the school to be able to put in. This is where you would see your PLCGS. This should show on your profile. Okay, then you see there was quite a bit that you have flexibility to do, and quite a bit here that you should please put in, because I have people contacting me on, say, the chat app. They don't tell me their name. They don't tell me their email, and they ask me a question. I have no idea how to contact them. If they give me their name or phone number or email, now I can find them in the system. Well, I can't find under phone number because it's not visible, but I can find you under your email or your name. And then you see how it's been updated. Now, this one has not had any courses put in. And so this is where you're going to see your courses. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is go to my briefcase. If you see my courses here, this is where you're going to get an overview of all of your courses. Coming up, you're going to see your purchase history will load. It's not loaded yet. We know that. It's intentional because we're focusing on everybody who's got current and very near future courses that they need to be able to get into. And your previous orders will go here, and you will be able to see your packages and everything else. Your grades, everything will be visible to you. We know it's not there yet. Don't message us and tell us that it's not there. We know it. It's coming. But in your My Courses, if you have a current course that is not showing, we want to know that. Go down here to the right-hand side, click on this message, and we have to eat and sleep too, so bear with us, but we definitely will respond to you. And then you can put in here, this is test student message. Okay, when you send it through, we get it, it tells you to introduce yourself, and then you can type in your full name, please. We had a comedy happening the other day where a gentleman was contacting me and he kept saying only his first name. And I had 72 other people with that same first name.
Can
yeah.
I interrupt for a minute?
Yeah.
We can't, I don't, well, at least I can't see the message because it's behind the pictures. The message, us, what we're supposed to do there.
Does that help?
No, Cheryl's on top of it.
Okay. Okay, let me stop share for just a moment. That's why I was asking if I was hiding anything. So the for the photos. Okay, so let me try changing my view and I will try that again. Okay. Apology.
If you actually click on where the pictures are, you can drag it on your own to where you need it to be to uncover.
I already did, but my problem is that I have two screens and I'm on one
Yeah, I
screen.
know the other people can do it too. They can do that themselves.
There you go. Thank you. Okay, and I am going to change us to speaker view real quick, and then I'll go back and see if that helps. So bear with me for a sec as we then share screen again. Thank you for letting me know you had a problem. I really appreciate that. Okay, can you see the message? Everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so then I'm going to put my name in, and then I can put in my email. And then from here, sorry. And then you can put in your phone number, and if you want to, and what'll happen is then the person will respond back and talk to you here, whether it's me or Angie Lynn. And that way you'll see it. When we're online, you'll see one message. And when we're not online, you'll see another, just so that you know that we're not online. Sometimes when there's nothing going on in my world, I'll try to check in, but yeah, we're trying. And Angie Lynn lives in the Eastern time zone. I live in Mountain time zone. So she works part-time mornings, and then I work full-time and more. But we are trying to get to a point after this month where everyone will get their regular weekend off. Some people have Saturday, Sunday as their regular weekend off. Some people have Sunday, Monday. And so it'll depend on the person you're trying to reach. And then because we live in different countries, we all have different holidays. So we will send messages to that person, but if they're on a particular day off or a holiday, we'll try to remember to let you know. But there you go. That's how to send us a message on the chat. And then this is where you're going to see your courses. And then if you want to buy courses, oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. So you've got my courses and you've got your purchase history. You're also in this area, besides your current and your purchase history should also show your future courses. And we are working on showing dates to you. And the dates will be, they're having to sometimes build code when we find out Moodle doesn't do what we need it to do. Moodle in itself is so massive and has so many bells and whistles, but some of this was the matter of rolling from the old site to the new site in order for us to find out if there were some apples and apples or apples and oranges. We had a couple apples and oranges, so we are now peeling those oranges and running out to the apple tree to put the right code in there to do it for you. And there was no way to know ahead of time. Sorry. Okay, so you'll see all of the current, past, purchase history, and future all under My Briefcase. If you want to buy a course, it will take you to the purchase page. And then let's say that you want to, I'm just going to put in simple methodology. It'll be easy for me to remember and come back to. Right now, what we do, you can go in and read about the course, learn more about it, and also the hours that it takes to finish a course. This is an average hour. It doesn't mean it's everybody's experience. And you could finish this course in 3 days. You could take this course for 8 weeks. Currently, from July 31st, any courses that were current at that time or over the next a month or so, through August, we're definitely extending on purpose for you all to get used to the new website, at least a month. If you find you need more time, no problem. That's the one nice thing about our school is that we have grace and mercy for adults who are adulting. Our intention is to go in and extend it for you as long as it is before, during, or within 2 weeks after the course. That will be a policy forever. Amen. It's just that we may not have realized we missed more particular information. So if we did, if you don't see your current course and it should be there, or it ended before you expected it to, go down and give us a little chat app so we can fix that for you. Cheryl, can you take care of that? Okay. So if I wanted to put this into my cart right now, our tech team is working on being able to remove it from your cart. And this is where you would go to purchase the item, and then it will show in your cart. And we can go, but at this point, we haven't had a way yet to remove it from the cart. So apologies that there's a little bit of apples to oranges there. We're fixing it. I know it's coming very soon. Okay. I'm going to stop there for a moment and take questions because that was a lot to do in any one given time. Tell me what you need. Let's see. I'm going to go over to the chat. And there's just 12 messages. That's not bad. So Tina, so if all the classes have moved, my August classes are not in my briefcase and neither is one of my September's. Great. Would you put it on the chat for me? We'll get that fixed for you as quickly as possible. It won't be easy for me to remember that from this meeting to after we're done. So yeah, I understood what you meant. Okay, good. And Carol, I have absolutely nothing in my briefcase, past or current. You're not going to have past, but Carol, I was just in yours, making sure you had a way in again, but would you go down to the chat and put it in there, and I'll go look and make sure that your any current are there for you, and we'll extend them so you can take extra time to do them, so that getting used to the website will be less of a problem for you. Okay. And Terza, I've gotten the new password, but my dashboard has nothing in it. Your dashboard. Terza, same thing, put a chat and let me call you, because your dashboard should have the latest news and it should have the calendar. And if it's because you're missing classes, go to the My Briefcase and look at My Courses on the drop down. Okay. Denise, same thing. No worries. Okay, yeah, great. send me a chat app. We'll get there. Danae, current courses are showing up in the past course tab. Will this eventually iron out? That means we need to go extend them for you. It means we missed you and we'll fix it. Put a little note in the chat app for us. And then once all your data transfer happens, will I be able to see my past courses as well? Yes. As well as my future? Yes. Lastly, when should I be worried when they haven't populated? When I tell you everything is done. And if that happens, you need to send us a chat app because we will go in and find them on the old system, and then we'll talk to the tech team to have it roll over. Out of 42,000 students, I've had about 9 briefcases that did not roll. And so if your briefcase rolled, but you don't have a course showing, I can also, and Angie Lynn can also go register you in the course you're supposed to be in. And then I do have a little function as of last night. Many of you may have seen that Tom has been amazing with, and he literally wrote a new computer program last week and then sent me the action to it. And basically I take your old ID from the old system, plug it in, and then it brings over all of your public assignments. And I'm working on that. I've gotten quite a few people done. He's going to roll everybody with, and what we're doing is one type of assignment at a time. If we rolled them all at once, they would be jumbled. So the public assignments started rolling last night. If you go in and you've got your current course up, you'll be able to go and look and find it. If you don't see a current course, and you should have, we may have missed you on the extension, put it in the chat app. We will extend it right away. Well, as quickly as we can. Right away means as quickly as we can. We'll be looking for it for you. Okay. Is the mobile app Moodle? Yes. MOODLE. It is an orange M with a black graduation hat. And Sue DeGroots mentions as a tip is a good idea to include your name in the file name. So if you're uploading a homework file, you need to make sure that your name is on it. Otherwise, we have no idea who it goes to. Once we download it to grade it, we won't necessarily know. And Sue also has another tip. Participants can change their view at the top right of your screen and click view and side-by-side speaker view. So she's talking about in Zoom right now, so you can see different things. Yvonne, you're not seeing methodology 5. Put that in the chat app. I will take a look at it for you. I'm pretty sure I saw that in your briefcase already. I looked at yours last night. So I'll have you look at it again because I'm pretty sure that I put it there. Vicky, you say, can you explain again why we shouldn't allow our email to be seen by everyone? Absolutely, I can. Because people can, just general public, can come and make an account. We don't necessarily know who that person is until they become a student. They've just made an account. And we don't want our emails sharing into the public because you don't want to be suddenly getting spammed. So we see your email in your briefcase, but the general public cannot. If you have a relationship with someone in a course and you want to do a study group, you want to share some genealogy stuff, by all means, at your discretion, share your email to that individual. And you can do that through a messaging system. And we are working on, I think that messaging system is working, but let me show you something on that messaging system. And then I'm going to come back and look at some more questions. Okay. Okay. Is everybody seeing the calendar? Okay. On here, you can see that I'm going to just share here. I changed it to New York Eastern, and it was previously showing that the student orientation was at 11. Now it's showing at 1 p.m. And then you can see that the Irish records was showing at 1. It is now showing at 3 p.m. So you can see how yours will change based on that. If you want to put on your own appointment for yourself, maybe you have a test that you want to take at a certain time, you can do that by adding your own event. No one else will see it but you. And it's this red icon with the white exclamation point. I had somebody thinking that their information wasn't taking. It was. This just tells you it's a required field. It doesn't mean it didn't work. And so you can put in here test on Tuesday. And then you can change this to be, I don't know, whatever Tuesday is. You can change it to the calendar look, and then you can put in that date, and you can even change the time. It's on military time, so 2300 being 11 p.m., 11 a.m. being the 11. So you can change all of this. I like to use the 59, and because it gives me a minute prior to it rolling in, which is nice. So that would tell me it's going to be noon, or you can just do your 00. Then you can tell yourself a description, take MET 1 exam course is closing. So you want to tell yourself, okay, my course is going to close. I got to take my MET 1 exam by 22 August. And then, or if you're going to meet with somebody, you can put in the Zoom link that you want to meet them with, all sorts of stuff. If you don't want it to end, or if you do want it to end, you need to change this to that date that you want it to end on. You can also tell it you just want it to be there for 60 minutes, and that's fine too. Once you save, oh, that's because I changed it, sorry. There we go. There we go. Okay, once you save, it goes to your calendar, and here it is, test on Tuesday. You can open it up, you can see it right here, and you can edit it by going into it, and you can show more, just do whatever you want, and you can then go in and delete it by hitting delete. Okay, now the messaging system. Right here is the messaging bubble. If I wanted to be able to communicate with people, they need to be in my contact list. And so you can contact somebody else or your admin, whatever, and you can then put them into your contact list inside the website. Then any of your messages between people will be here. If you're including more than one person, it'll be a group chat, and this will be a private chat. You can star them if it's important. So go ahead and test it out. If you have on notifications, you will see them under the bell. You can change your notifications with the cogwheel. This is very important because if you don't want it all filling up your email, you are going to want to turn all these off, going all the way down. And like I said, Moodle has a lot of options. There may be something you do want in your email. You can go down and decide. For instance, scheduler, this is how you book your analysis and skills 1 and 2 and 3 appointments. This is something you might want in your email. I don't, because this is my test student. But what else could you do? You can get it on the web, meaning that when you're on the website itself, and you can get it on the mobile app. That's what this means. And so if you are doing something through and you want, for instance, to know your subscribed posts and you're on the mobile app, that is just fine as well. But make sure if you don't like all the messages you're getting in some manner, that you can go here to change them. Okay, there's another way to do that, and that is up here on your profile. You hit the down arrow and you can come down and see preferences, and it will open up and give you lots of options. And this is where notification preferences down on the left bottom there. Message preferences, same type of thing. You can choose if you have any. You notice it pops out on the right. If you were looking for somebody that you want to get their messages in email, you're traveling or something, you can do that, or you can just do it on the mobile app. Okay. And I often have, this is my contacts and anyone in my courses. That way, if you want to talk to anybody, but if you want to stay very private, and there are a few students that have really good reason why, then you might want to say my contacts only, and only accept to those certain people. So that's how you would do that. Okay. Again, back to the dashboard. The dashboard is different than my briefcase, where you will find your courses. If there's no courses in here, and there should be, put it on the chat app. Okay. I'm going to stop there for a moment and check questions again. So, okay. And Tracy, you already put it on last week and your current class has not appeared yet. Please do send me another one. If it's been a week, somehow I missed your message, and I don't doubt it in this last week. So you can go ahead and put it on the chat app. Please wait 2 days for this week. If you've done it, then for me to get back to you or Angie Lynn. We are trying as fast as we can. But there are 42,000 of you and only a couple of us, which is a good problem to have. So Terza, yeah, chat app. And then Yvonne, just showing me analysis skills. Yes, we already said chat app. Okay. Terza, I have a future classes, but I am not actively in a class right now. Okay. Those will be showing to you very shortly. What that means in the actual day, I don't know. I have to talk to Tom daily and find out what day he's able to roll those. I don't know, because he is fixing any glitches that happen in the next thing he rolls. Then he goes back and fixes glitches. Then he rolls the next thing and he fixes glitches. And Terza, though, we can check your dates. Okay. Then yes, you're welcome, Danae. Thank you. And Yvonne, no worries, we'll get there. What is the big blue button? Thank you for asking that, Randall. The big blue button is a meeting place, and it is where you can go to have either a public or semi-private. And I don't want to tell you it's fully private because it's within your course. We will offer more of these in the next year, but right now we already do our meetings like this on Zoom. So let me show you. I'm going to sign out of this particular one so I can show you the big blue button, because I'm going to be making public the, and in this way, I can also show you my, what your page, my courses page should look like. So bear with me 1 second as I relog in. There we go. All right, I'm going to share screen again, and I'm going to share with you what will your briefcase will look like if you go to my courses page, and it's got courses populated in it. It looks like this. Okay, and then you're going to be seeing this student orientation. It's a free attendance. I'd suggest stay in it because you'll only get announcements if we add something new to it. And this is coming. It's important to know too, this 11% complete. This just means that you've been in the course and done that many of the activities. Okay. So this is going to be a jumble. So I think I'm going to show you another course. I think methodology 1 right here. So that 15% or that 11% is not how much is rolled into your course. It's your activity within the course. And so what you're going to see is if you've done an activity, you'll see the blue check mark over here on the side. And in the last orientation, I showed people how to get their reading material. And so if you go to your reading material, you see this password that you need to save that password. It will not open without it. So then you click the link to open it and you will see you must put a password in. One of the big problems people have is that they accidentally copy a space and then they can't get the thing to open. The other problem people have is that when they open it, it won't open because they haven't cleared their cache or anything in their computer for a long time. So try shutting it down and bringing it back up. It'll clear some of the cobwebs inside your computer's memory that has programs just all completely connected all the time. It needs to clear that out. So that's problem solve number 2. Problem solve number 3 is sometimes your browser, maybe you need to change browsers. So make sure you have the password without spaces. Make sure that you have shut down your computer and brought it back up, giving it a good 60 seconds to clear all of the everything, browser, the cookies, the history, the memory and stuff needs to just untangle. And then problem solver 3, try in a different browser. All right, you'll see that we are changing the front covers on all of the courses, and our designer Jeneth is working on this. And as we go, you'll start to see these beautiful covers come up. All of the basic covers will be this kind of white with a little bit of silver and the blue. Intermediate will be the silver with some white and the blue, and then advanced will be the sapphire blue, and it will have then a little bit of white and silver. We have an accent color of turquoise. It just helps it stand out. And so you can print this one time. If you've had a problem, if you've had an error or whatever, let us know. We'll give you permission to do it again if you need to. You can take it to a local copy place if it's less expensive for you to do that than for you to print on your own copier or pay the shipping. As you go through, if you check on the copyright page, that'll tell you the last edition. You might see there's been an update, but there hasn't been a copyright change. It's just because of the cover. And as you go through, we suggest you print in black and white, because if you're printing in color, you see this email here is blue. It's a live link. You can click any of these live links in your course material, and it will take you to wherever you want to go. If you have a broken link, please send it to Sue, and she will, Sue, can you put the email you want that sent into the chat, please? And you can send it to degroot@genealogicalstudies.com. And here you have a course study plan, but this is also available inside your course. We strongly suggest that you go ahead and print that out. So as you're going through, you're going to have there's your course study plan right there. And then same thing, you can click the link, it'll open up and you can print just that page. But make sure you check whether or not you really want all color, because if all you're doing is the blue links on printed stuff, you just need black and white. But if you want that cover page in color, you can definitely do that. I just don't want you to print just for links. Some of the course material does have photos in them. Then go ahead and print only that page in color. So before you send it over to any other copy shop near you with the password, because they'll need it, make sure you check if you want it in color or not, or if you want specific pages in color. Okay, that'll help you save money. Some course information that will be in here. This is great to read through. You'll see a gray next button. Click that and you'll see the next page. And these links are also live and you're able to download and utilize these. Some courses have course resources in here. If you don't see one in there, it's because there isn't one, but not all courses have it. So just if not, all you need to do is view and you're done. This view and you're done. A lot of people who have finished their courses and maybe their homework is already transferred over. All you need to do then is, for instance, click the one that you didn't view. See, it says done view. That will extend the percentage. And if you're showing that you've finished your whole course, but you've got 87% showing, go back and see if there's not a blue check beside one of your assignment actions. And that may be simply what's holding it from being 100%. As your work rolls over, you'll see that you might still need to just go click it, right? And then you can click the next button to learn more about that particular section, which is really helpful, and the previous button. This is what's called a book. It's a blue icon. It just means that there's going to be more pages in here than a flat page. And there's a darker blue icon that says page, and you'll see there's no next or previous buttons on it. If you're doing a public assignment, this is kind of a fire engine orange. It is what's called a forum. The forums mean that you can share this with the public and talk back, and not the public at large, the people in your course. Let me make sure. But forums are for anyone to comment on. And what we're doing now is I've been going through and making these a little bit easier to see and read by putting in some bullet points where I can. We'll come back and do some of these courses as well. but that you answer the question no more than 250 words in this particular assignment, and you will click add a discussion topic. And then here you would add your subject. This is a great one where you can just say that maybe I'm just going to do a test here so you can see it go through. And then you're going to fill out all of your 250 words or less. Why is there a limit? Because we're reading them and we're trying to keep up with 42,000 people. So we're also trying to help you be more succinct when you're working with a client or a repository or someone you're trying to share information with. You want to get that as tight as possible. So there's a couple of reasons for that. They're both really valid. So please don't go 300, 500, 1,000 words when you see up here it says no more than 250 words. Okay. Then notice what is not to be submitted. There are several assignments in different courses that say that, but it's to give you experience. So you can do this and work together, pulling out, making a tree. You can see that these are different people who have posted their assignment. So when I've done my test, my 250 words, I am going to post to forum. Once I have posted to the forum, it says I've done it, and I can choose to subscribe or not. If you want to be able to answer people who are commenting on yours, the problem is that if you subscribe to all of yours, you're going to have an awful lot of them sending you a lot of messages. So you can just go back and check it if you're really interested in that particular topic and seeing what other people have to add. What if you want to read other people's assignments? Do you see them all down here? This is where I'm going to unsubscribe because I don't want to get a bazillion emails in there. And then we can see what everybody else's are simply by clicking into their assignment and reading it. And so I know Ken is really good about liking to share his knowledge and information. He's been awesome. So we can read his public assignment, which means public only into this course. That's what this forum is set for. And then you can read that he's been researching his own family lines and branches of cousins, aunts, and uncles for more than 20 years. If you want to reply to him here, you can do that. And I'm just going to say thank you. And I can post it to the forum. I could also have chosen to reply privately. There was a little checkbox for that, but I wanted you to all see. It will post right here. I can edit it and I can delete it if I find I have a typo or something in there. Then you can simply go back to the assignment on, this is your table of contents bar, right? If you don't like that, if it's confusing you, I happen to love this option because it matches the table of contents inside your course material. You can close it and you see there's a little drawer here that says open course index. There it is. Yeah, and if you want to, you too have an edit mode. If you turn on edit mode, you will see you have another drawer over here, and adding a block means you're adding a feature. There's certain features you can add. So for instance, if you wanted to bookmark something so you can come back to it easily, if you're reading people's blogs, we'll get to blogs in a month or two. You'll be able to have your own blog on this website as well. And we'll also have the school blog moving to this website in the future, besides just being a link. Then you can also figure out anything else you want of what is available here for you. If you want a list of your private files, you can put that here. Those are the files that you have uploaded into the system for your courses. It's a very nice way to remember what you did, but it's not at all crucial or important. But you can do that if it helps you organize better. You can close the block drawer and then you see the inside. Now, some people felt like they were scrolling and scrolling forever, and that is a very difficult thing to constantly do. One way to solve that problem is to use this sidebar here, because it goes very quickly. You're at the bottom of the course if you're looking for something in particular. Notice these say that they're locked. We have been going through and unlocking all of these as we can. We haven't got to all the courses, and once we realized we could unlock them, we have been doing that for you, because if your assignments hadn't yet rolled yet, you knew you had done them. If we unlock them for you, you can go ahead and continue adding your assignments. So we're in process of being very systematic going through them. If you're stuck and you can't work, put a note in the chat app to us so that we can go prioritize that particular class, and we'll get to it as quickly as possible. There are at least 2 of us going through. Kim Van Dyke, who you might also see in the student Facebook group, is Kimberly Murray. I don't remember which is her maiden name, but she is the same person, and you can ask her if she can go unlock something for you if you are in that course. Okay. You will also see general course information. This is course wide, whereas if you are in the dashboard, those forums are site wide. No matter what course you're in, you'll see them on the dashboard. Another thing that's important is, let's say you're doing a private assignment. I'm looking for a private one, and I don't know if there is one in here. There we go. Private assignments use what's called a quiz widget. It's just another widget. Don't worry about whether it says quiz. That's not what it is. It just allows us to, yours is going to say make attempt. Mine says preview quiz because I'm in admin mode. And when you go in, you'll be able to see what the assignment is. You're seeing mine in admin mode. And then you can answer here based on the question that you see here. And then you finish attempt. And when you finish attempt, when they're private, they only give you 1 chance. So make sure it's what you want it to say before you click finish attempt. When we are unlocking these, what this means is if there is an instructor answer that you want to see, now you can go back and click review. Again, we're systematically going through and doing that. We did not know that the locked icon would not allow you to see that, and we're working on that. On the public assignments, for instance, when you're looking at those public assignments, some of them also have an instructor view, and they don't work the same way. So in order to make them a public assignment for everybody to be able to read and comment on each other's, we had to use the forum. It's just a different idiosyncrasy from our old system. Sue DeGroot and Kimberly and I are working on putting in the instructor answers for you, and we're having to put them in as a new page. They'll open up once you have completed the assignment above it, and you'll be able to read it. So that's, again, something that we didn't know was going to happen until we rolled. When you get down to your exam, exams are able to still be printed. Currently, we're going to come up with a better way for you, but currently this works very well. This will say make attempt or preview, whatever it says for on you. I'm in the admin mode again. You will be able to right click and then print. And from here, you'll see the whole thing shows up like this. You have some choices here. You can choose if you want it to be smaller. I choose smaller, it takes less pages. You can choose if you want it two-sided. If you flip on the long side, it's often easier to read. And then whether you want headers or footers, what shows up on it, that's very nice. That's, again, a choice for you. And then you can also open in PDF preview. Yeah, that's not going to work for you guys. Sorry. It flipped onto another page, but you can do that. What you don't want to do is click on any of these. And that right now we're trying to find out what is making us check every answer. So bear with us as we go through, and so that you don't have to check every answer as you go through. But once you're done and you have put in your entire exam, you've done your research on each exam, we are training you to be researchers. That's why we give you this information in order for you to go research it and come back. And then you're going to click finish attempt. We're also working on systematically going through, so it will show you right and wrong answers after you finish the attempt. And it's taking a lot of one-by-one handwork for this at this time, and we apologize for that. Okay, but it's just the idiosyncrasies of the course. Okay, what questions do we, we've got more questions. Hold on one sec. Okay. There's nothing right now, Jackie, that tells the end date of the current course because our tech team is building a widget that didn't exist in there before. And they will be adding that. So you will see that in the near future. Jackie, if you need to know your start and end times, put a note in the chat app. We will get that to you. That is one place where Angie Lynn and I can see if somebody has answered it back and forth together. So that's why I'm saying that one. So we're not tripping over each other all the time. Okay. Will assignments now be able to be formatted? Yes, especially if they're an uploaded one. Will they be formatted if you're just writing it in text? Sue, I'm going to ask you to explore that. I don't know if they see the bold in the paragraph that we see. I can check on that later, but if Sue, if you can check on that right now, we might be able to get him an answer right away. Randall, do you have a daytime scheduled with Tom for his updates so that I can avoid being logged in? It's constantly happening. It's not gonna affect you. And it's constantly happening. That was a great question though. Okay, how do we rewatch this orientation? Great question also. Two things. When I'm done recording these, I put them on a platform to save them, usually YouTube in a private video. And then I take that link and like the old orientation from last week, wow, it's really old, 1 week. It goes into, and it'll go in the announcement field. But by the end of this week, I will have that orientation course open to you. I don't have many. Oh, Sue wasn't on there. Oh, so I'll ask her that question again. Hi, Sue, you're back. Real quick question. Can you double check, please, whether or not when a student use any course you like, when they're adding their typed in answers to the private or public, can they format their answer? And the only thing I think it'll do is maybe some simplified word formatting, but I'm not sure. Blog, or not blog, bold, paragraph, that kind of thing. Would you check that while we're doing this, please? All right. Then how do you watch your orientation? I am going to be opening up the orientation class by the end of this week, and the old orientation video and the new orientation video that we're doing right now will go into that. And then all of the little snippet videos that we're going to do that are 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes long, showing you special features that so you don't have to watch the whole video. We are going to also put those in there. Those will be coming over the next few months. These particular long videos will be in there right away, but it'll take me, I have to let it spool, and then I have to go create the information on it, and then I have to transfer it over. So it usually takes me a good day to get that done. And people were asking about, what about the past videos of AS1, 2, and 3? Those are also being added systematically to those courses. There are some in there now, and we're going to keep going. Again, I have to do a lot of information adding and uploading, and then track back to put them in there. So I apologize that some of those are, takes a little bit of time for each little thing we do. Vicki, thank you. That was a very kind compliment. She thinks I'm calm. Danae, it had been suggested that when we re-upload our past assignments, yeah, you could still do that. I had not done this with hopes that the data would transfer will populate. Yes, it will. So you don't have to do that. It is an option for you. And she has 2 courses that have a deadline at the end of this month. No, we're automatically extending, and I'll go make sure yours have been extended after we're done with this. Or you can always put it in, you're gonna get sick of me here saying this, chat app. So should you proceed with resubmitting, that's your choice, or should you continue to give us more time and it will all iron out? Again, yes, that will all iron out, and yes, I will extend. But you're asking great questions because everybody's got the same questions. So great questions. Jackie Jones Vickers, which email address to Sue are we to use for broken links? Cheryl posted to groot@genealogicalstudies.com. And you'll see some in your course material. That one also goes to Sue. If you see, hey, if you find a broken link, send it to this. Sue, I don't remember which one it is. Is it the alert? Was she able to stay in? I'm not sure. There's another one that's like alert@genealogicalstudies.com that's all through the course material that automatically connects to Sue as well.
Yes, it is alert, Angie.
Oh, thank you so much, Sue.
You're welcome.
And then Denise says, I've seen the formatting in the answers area when creating my answers. Oh, Denise, thank you. I thought I had, but there's so much in my brain right now. I wasn't positive if I was seeing it in my view or in student view. So thank you for clarifying that. Yes, you can format. Will you be able to format precisely as some of like the DNA courses or some of the genetic and medical courses have you doing trees and things like that? We're going to have to test a few of those out. And some of those we might be able to give the option. Sue and I have been working like dogs to try to figure out how to let you upload certain assignments. So that's one assignment I'd like to let you upload in the future. And we were just testing this morning, and I don't know what the ultimate answer on that is. We'll get back with you on that. Jackie, I've been having a PDF download issue. Okay, that Sue's aware of. Great. Sue will talk to me. We will solve it. If we cannot solve it, Jackie, we'll take it to Tom and his team. Danae, I love the formatting for my citations. Yes, I can use italics now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are welcome. This is one of the main reasons that we have done this, because it gives us so much more flexibility. And the flip side of that is flexibility means we have to figure out sometimes the way they've built this. It's British system, it's fabulous, but it's built to their styles. And that doesn't always translate to other countries for what we think it should mean or what that style is. So do please forgive us if we have to sometimes figure out the answer too. It's becoming second hat on a lot of it, but then somebody asks a really good question and we're like, let's go find out what that means. And this is such a huge, huge system that it has thousands of options we never had on the other system. So if we don't know the answer, bear with us, give us a little bit of time, we're going to find the answer. And if we can't find an answer that works for our system, that's when I contact our Superman tech team. So it's really wonderful. Well, I'm opening it up now. I know that there's much more I can teach, but I want you to be able to just use the system right now, and then let us know if you're missing a course in the chat app, and we will work through those things this week with you. And the other thing that we found out just this recently, we thought we were going to have to rewrite courses every single time for a new course opening. That's not the case. We are able to keep the same courses there and allow people to join in as their activation course date is available. Oh, big blue button. Thank you, Cheryl. Let me see if I've got it in this one. Meeting place. Okay. I called it because of Met One. This was where our amazing testing students, we had 5 amazing testing students, and Ken McKinley was one of the ones. And I showed his answer because, and if I try to remember everybody's name right now, I'm going to get really embarrassed. Forgive me. But Ken McKinley was one of them. Wilma Nicholson was another. Why his name is Ikeskel Bund. He was another. Christina, I just blanked your name, Christina. I'm so sorry. She was another. And we ended up having like 5 different testing students. And we also tested for readability. We tested for visual impairment. We tested for hearing impairment. And if you're hearing impaired, your screen reader should read. If you want to switch your course materials to the iPad or the Kindle or whatever it is you use, you can also turn on voice to speak. And if you use a screen reader, if you're hard of hearing, you're able to do voice to speak on the site itself. I don't suggest it for someone who's not hearing impaired because it can get confusing when you're trying. It will talk to you no matter what if you turn that on your computer. Okay, so right here, the big blue button, I entitled Meeting Place because we actually went in and tested this out. I am not going to join a session because if I join a session, you start to hear a lot of reverberating sound, but this is simply all you do. It will always have this information. Big blue button is a service for Moodle, does not belong to us, IIGS or the International Institute of Genealogical Studies, and it does not belong to Moodle. It belongs to another company. It allows people to meet no more than 60 minutes at a time. Maximum number of people in is 25. The recordings do expire after 7 days and are not downloadable, and student webcams can only be visible to the moderator. This is why we want to continue using Zoom for these kinds of meetings, because we can see you and understand and share screen and save it. So this is for what we're going to term office hours. This is pending. We have staff meetings usually monthly. It's fabulous meeting with this amazing team. I'm not kidding you. They are so good and so kind and so helpful. But we're doing more than one meeting a month right now, just to make sure of the staff training. As we find we don't know something, we all get together and figure it out. And Big Blue Button is a great place that you can meet. Inside here, we have not fully tested out, but you can go to private rooms just like you can in Zoom. Again, the recordings are not kept more than 7 days, and you can choose not to record. So if the staff assigned, the professor assigned, or maybe there's a non-editing teacher, somebody who's an assistant professor in a particular course, they might also choose to have some office hours to help you with questions pertaining to this course, whatever course this is. This happens to be methodology 1, but we're going to talk about we're going to take all of our all of our virtual meetings for, say, American or Irish or whatever, down to half an hour to enable our professors to do another half an hour, whether they're in 15-minute increments or they share the different time at a different time day of the week, so that you can go to the virtual meeting, learn whatever you need, but then you can just go in during an office hour and ask a question. It'll probably be a half hour. I just don't know what else to title it. Maybe we make it meeting place. I don't know, but that's what the Big Blue Button is. And it is super, super cool. And you can go test it anytime you want. If there's not a moderator in there, it'll just show you how to do things and you can walk in. If you want to see if there's a moderator going to be available or something, we'll be getting to that probably September, October timeframe. But this is what our intent is to give you more time with your professors where you can ask a question. This is not a place to go for a private tutoring session. It's a place to go with, help, I'm having a problem on this one question. I don't understand the words, or I don't know how to make my assignment upload, that kind of a thing. We'll get everybody going on these as we go. What else might have I forgotten? Anita, just to clarify, there are all current classes that are finishing in a few weeks going to be automatically extended, or do we need to request an extension? Also, if they are extended, how long is the extension for? We're going for at least a month, but if you want more, there's a lot of grace right now. I've had students say that, you know, they are helping parents or whatever, and I've extended them 2 months. It's very fine right now during this transition period. I'll extend you as far as you need right now, up to December, no problem. And we'll go from there. You're welcome, Randall. Heather, thank you. She's saying thank you to the entire team for all your hard work. This new website is impressive. Thank you. And I'll make sure to pass it on to our tech team. This orientation has been very helpful. Thank you. On the extensions, if you didn't see an extension, it's because we accidentally missed it. A lot of us are not getting a lot of sleep. If we missed it, and it seems like it closed, don't panic. No panic needed. Just put it in the chat app. We'll go find it and reestablish it for you. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, Danae, for being here. She's saying thank you to everybody, and especially Cheryl and Sue for leading us through this and keeping us excited for the future. That's our goal, that we have a future. Unfortunately, we had to go a month earlier than we were ready in this particular situation because our old website crumbled, and they were spending time fixing it instead of creating this. And we just had to make a decision that we couldn't afford to lose everybody and everything. So we switched with about 10% ready to go. That 10% is not the website itself. The 10% is that we couldn't transfer everybody's assignments and things like that. And so we're having to do that in batches, allowing us to do that for you. We apologize for that. Will a new website have the packages that we purchased? Yes, Carol, it will, I promise. They will be under my briefcase. There's a little down tick arrow. You'll click that and you will see purchase history. You will not see that today. That I'm hoping you will see by the end of the month. I check in with Tom every day and his team, and then they let me know where they're at. And they will be there. We all have access, Angie Lynn, Sue, myself, to go into your old briefcase. They've backed it up onto a different server, allowing us to use it as a reference point. And we have the ability to go look up everything for you, which allows us to check your start and end dates that you can't see here. And in here, we as the admin, Moodle made it available that we as the admin can see your start and end dates. But there just wasn't a way to make it visible to you yet. So they're building it for us. And so it will be there. I would expect a couple weeks, but every time I say that, take it with a grain of salt, because they need time to make sure that the crucial things are done before everything else. I know it feels crucial to see your start and end dates, but we can get them for you. And because that's accessible for us, getting everybody's homework from past assignments in current courses and future starting courses is more important. So we have to prioritize some things. And I apologize if our priorities are not what you think they should be, but they are intended to serve 42,000 people to the best of our ability as fast as possible. So what other questions does anybody have? And I think what I'm going to do is say, thank you for being here. I'm going to turn off our recording because it is quite long right now. And you can find us at genealogicalstudies.com. And then we will stay on for a few minutes. Then we have to move out in order to allow Claire to do her Irish course virtual meeting next. And that starts in half an hour. So do please go on and change your time zone. Most important thing. And I'm going to turn off the recording and stay here so you can ask them questions up to 15 minutes. Then I need to clear out for Claire. Thank you again. You're here with us at genealogicalstudies.com. We will have another orientation as soon as we have more features to share with you. And we will have an orientation course opening up by the end of the week with these 2 orientation videos as they are. Always, always, always look at the date and make sure you're aware of what the date that was recorded in case those things have changed for the next time. Thank you so much.